skibbity toilet, sigma. Okay, sorry. Wow, this is getting really philosophical.
This is getting foggy.
Yes.
Yeah, you do that.
Walk me step by step of how cute the dog is.
And we both were like, no, get out of here.
Oh my goodness, memory loss.
Subscribe.
No.
You ready?
I'm just your son, that's what you're saying, and trying to hate on me. Hi, and welcome to another episode of And Oscar Goes To. In this episode, I'm going to be interviewing Ané Krutova. I am super excited. I hope you guys are too. So let's see how it goes. Hi, Ané. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
So let's start right away. What is your profession?
I'm a visual artist.
Visual artist, really?
Yes.
So like you paint? So like if you're a visual artist, right, what is that? And like what's the difference between a painter, right? Because when I think of like a painting, I think of someone painting it, right?
Well, a painter can be also someone that paints walls in an apartment or something like this. So the difference between visual artist and painter is that the visual artist creates paintings.
Oh. What motivates you to draw?
That is a great question. I feel like it's more some sort of download of feelings, energy, events that happen in life, information in the environment. And it's kind of collecting inside, and then I just feel the need of expressing a certain visual idea.
So expression.
Definitely.
And I see a bunch of paintings that you've made all over your place, and I know you've made it a ton more, and I know there's a lot of paintings, but what would you think is your favorite painting that you've ever made?
Well, there is one that is called Forgiveness. It is basically some sort of separation between the last phase that was a little bit negative and scary, and the new phase, which is more about feminine expression and all that stuff. So yeah, that one would be probably my favorite one, but then there is another one that I'm in the middle of making, the one there, and that one is probably my future favorite when I will be done with it.
Favorite, all right.
Yeah.
I look around, I think all the paintings are my favorite.
Oh,
Can't really compare them. You're welcome. Between anyone, a visual artist and a painter, who would you say is your favorite?
It's every time when I'm asked that question about anything, what's my favorite, I forget everything that exists in the world. So
I know it's like you're put on a spot.
Yeah. Who's your favorite musician?
I don't know.
I can't remember artists right now. I forgot all of them.
Like Pablo Picasso.
I respect Pablo Picasso. Do I like him visually? Not really. But I respect what he did and his. I respect what he did and his input in the art world. I do like Alex Gray. He's Alex Gray. Yeah, I think Alex Gray, that's his name. He actually has some sort of church, but I mean, in America, church, it's not necessarily something religious. It's just the type of business that he has in upstate New York. Yeah. And he's a visionary, mystic artist.
Him right here, right? Him right here?
Right here?
Yeah.
Right here.
Right here. Right here. So the edit's supposed to put it up.
Oh, yeah, right here.
Right here, right here, right here, right here.
Right here.
All right, moving on. Do you think being a good visual artist, as you are, comes from talent or studying? Do you need to study it?
I don't necessarily believe in good or bad. I believe in authentic. So I think that authenticity comes with discipline. And strong belief in yourself. So I feel like as long as these two are combined, then it all works out.
So as long as you are trying to express your message as best as you can, it'll be considered good art.
I think so.
Got it. Okay.
At least I consider it good art, and then as many people, as many opinions.
Yeah. I completely agree. I've seen a bunch of other paintings that you made other than the ones in your place, like this one. I've seen you've actually made a painting of my dad, and I
Yes.
saw you had like a unique style with eyes.
Yeah, that was the previous
Could you
phase.
explain to me that face of like the eyes, right here, that one?
Yeah, that was first of all, it started by not knowing how to paint eyes. To be honest, that was the first reason, because as soon as I started painting on canvas with paintings rather than markers on paper, I was like, oh my god, this is complicated. But then also my characters were all exhausted. Now my characters are pretty much present in whatever their thing is without considering that someone is probably watching them. But my old characters were just tired of life, so that.
Oh, so
So I
that's
was like,
what it means.
Yeah.
That's what it symbolizes.
Yeah.
Okay. So at which point of your life did you decide to pursue in being a visual artist?
I think it has always been there. I tried to study other things. I mean, I even graduated in fashion design in the end, outside of all things that I started studying
Really?
and never finished. Yeah, you didn't know?
No, I never knew that. That's so cool.
Fun fact. Yeah.
Fun fact number 1. Okay. We'll get more of those.
Yeah, well, there's plenty. Yeah, so it was just always there. My grandpa is a painter, impressionist, and my whole family is kind of creative, and I always painted.
Yeah.
So that was just an obvious choice right away.
Makes sense. Yes.
Like music for you,
like
I guess.
music, I've had like 4 generations of musicians in my family.
Yeah.
My mom knows like 50% of them. I know 1%. Don't know a lot. I have like 10,000 grandpas and another 10,000 grandmas.
Lucky you.
No, I forget most of them.
It's okay. I do too.
Relatives, am I right? Anyways, walk me step by step of how you make a painting.
How I make a painting. It's a very multi-dimensional process. I don't even know where it starts.
I'm sure.
It probably started in some past life. And then at this specific, I don't even know how to start. Well, technically, let's say I already know what I'm going to paint, which usually comes as soon as I look at the canvas. Never have an idea before that. It's more like right now. So then I start tracing. I paint figurative. So I start tracing the figure with geometric lines. Then I start to round it. Then I start to do 3 layers of acrylics, of shades,
Wow.
just to make sure that it's all looking true, because I want to get more and more realistic. My genre is mystic realism, so I do still need my figures to look realistic.
Realistic.
Yeah. So I do layers of acrylics, and then I do figures first, and then I do main objects in the background. There's a lot of trees or flowers and all that stuff. And they usually also have about 3 layers. And now I also use oil, so then there is about 5 layers of glazing. Glazing is a technique like old masters were using.
Glazing?
Yeah, glazing with oil. It's when you do layer by layer, but you dissolve the oil paint very well with the linen oil, and then you do every shade by shade, tiny little bit, and then after 1,000 layers, you have Botticelli style or Leonardo da Vinci style figure. So that's the final step.
So you never get a vision to a painting?
It depends. Mostly no, but
Mostly no.
I had one vision recently, and I haven't started this painting yet. It came to me during my meditation. Something about spirit guides. But that is this one time, and I am
Yeah,
impressed
just one
that
time,
you're
yeah.
asking that, Do you know something I don't know?
Yes.
I think he knows something.
I am the universe, and I was never born, but yet I am foreverness. I know everything and I know everyone, yet do I really know anyone? Or am I nothing?
Like Socrates once said, the only thing I know is that I know nothing.
Sounds like me in school.
You at school?
Yeah. A lot of kids on this channel will think glazing means something else. How do you find your vision?
I don't know. You tell me, because apparently you know more about them than I do.
No, I don't. How like a lot of people, like me, a musician, or maybe like a CEO of a company, a product seller. I don't know, anyone. How would they find their vision? How could they?
I feel like this is more. So there is ego, and then there is heart. Ego, it's everything you want to achieve materialistically, but then there is heart, which is basically out of love for everything. So I feel like you can get these visions with your heart, because, for example, if I want to paint something, I can think of, oh, I want to make something that will sell and will buy me a car, or I can be. I think that in art you should be more thinking about your authenticity, because when that's the intention, that's not really genuine, so not authentic. So, but when you think with your heart, I want to express something that will inspire someone to feel in a certain way, or it will resonate with someone.
Yeah.
Then that's how I feel you connect to visions in every field.
But it can be different for every person, right?
Of course.
Of course, yes.
Yeah, I'm sure your visions are. I mean, I'm not sure. I know for a fact that your visions will be absolutely unique to you.
Well, I don't usually get visions when I make a song, for example. For me, it's mostly like a topic or anything that's going on in my life. And I know some visual artists rely on that, right? So, well, what would you say is like your message in when you make a painting? In just like take overall all your paintings that you've made, and what's the overall message?
Overall message is probably, it's hard for me to talk about my older paintings, but my new paintings, the new series, it's all about a space with no judgment. And this is basically like my prayers for the world I want to live in. I hope the world you as a future generation will live in. If I have kids, my kids, your kids, it's probably like planting a seed in the future that I'm really hoping that will be a world where people will not be judging each other, will be minding their own business, which is their own expression and authenticity.
Ugh, that'd be really nice to have in middle schools. Middle schools are brutal.
Yeah, I remember my middle school. It wasn't easy, but I'm sure you're doing great. You're not possible. It's not possible not to love you.
Oh, thank you. Cuckoo loves me, right, Cuckoo?
Oh.
What do you love about your profession?
I love and don't love at the same time that it's not predictable. It's very. I love that it's not predictable because in the fine art education, there is no really education about how to make money with it. So every artist kind of has their own ways. So I like that you never know what's going to happen in 1 month with your paintings, and you kind of find ways to work. But what I do is that every person that purchases art for me or has my art at home, because I don't have a place to store it at some point, they're all my friends. And I feel like this is where the right vision from the heart comes in, is that I don't necessarily want to just create the market and, as soon as something is called industry, you want to make money from this.
Yeah.
I don't mind making money from this. Of course, I have bills to pay like any other human. We have all of this matrix stuff to do. But I love that my way of working is just through friends, because those people that know me, they can relate to my art the best.
The colors that you use to paint, like, is it really important the ones you use? Like, do they symbolize anything? Use
Mostly,
this painting, for example, if you want.
that one doesn't symbolize anything. It's just more
Doesn't
like
symbolize- okay.
feeling the colors, what
Feeling,
works together. There are some paintings where there is another one that it's a woman laying and she's covered with the blue drapery. That one is like a reference to Mary Magdalene.
Why do you want to be a visual artist? Like, is it for money?
I think that we all are supposed to do what we love, and when all that works well together, when you do what you love, when you are disciplined and do the work, then things like money comes with it pretty easily.
Comes with it.
Yeah.
So it's like a connection. If you do something you love, you can get money.
Well, when you're passionate about something,
Like really, really passionate.
when you're passionate about something, then you get the motivation to actually stand up in the morning and then do everything so you have content and something to promote. And then there will be people who will, passion is contagious, there will be people who will believe in you, who will spread the word for you. And
Or be
that's how it
jealous
goes.
of you.
That also happens, but if you
happens,
believe
yeah.
in what you do, it won't really matter.
It won't be.
It will be like, thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Now, of course, this is business. You do make money of it. What do you say, on average, you make for selling a painting?
On average, it is around $3,000. But I have different sizes. I have really huge that are around $10,000, and then I have small ones that are around $500.
Like, what's the most you've made of a painting? Like $10,000?
No, the most expensive painting was $6,000.
Ooh, wow, $6,000.
Yeah. But that was also with an art gallery, because when you work with an art gallery, then most galleries do 50-50, so I only made $3,000 from that.
Okay.
But it matters to me that the worth of the painting for someone who
Yes.
bought it was $6,000.
I personally think one of these paintings, heck, maybe even like 10 of these, 50 of these, all of the paintings they should sell for like $10 million. If I had $10 million, I would definitely buy them for that money.
I think that the market, I mean, as soon as we put in economics in it, that's how it grow in price.
I think your art is really great. Here's a freestyle question. If you could be absolutely like me, everything and everywhere all at once, promotion. No, I'm kidding.
Did you
no
watch that
promotion.
movie?
Yes.
Oh
No
my
promotion.
Favorite movie.
Not promoting anything.
No promoting.
Yeah.
No. Just believing.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
liking.
yeah. If you could have any profession, what would it be? Any?
Dancer.
Dancer. So, can you give me a quick lesson about your painting or anything?
Sure. I'm going to share my secret technique that I discovered pretty recently that helps me to create deeper shades on my paintings and create it a little bit this mystical effect, because none of them actually have the real colors of humans. So for that,
I just noticed that.
yeah, they all blend with the mystical environment. So what I do, I use acrylic gesso. For example, we also use acrylic gesso to gesso the canvas, so it's all smooth without feeling the texture of the canvas, so we can create more details. And then a watercolor pencil. So I just match the color, whatever I feel like is the right color for the shade of this specific character. She is pink, so I chose the red shade called Carmen. So, and I'm gonna start here. So I just go wherever I feel like the shade should be. This is the contour, but I will eventually have a darker shade to create just the contour. That is more like the medium shade for wherever the shade will be. And I can use this stroke because I will dissolve it eventually.
Wow.
So you just go like this. But obviously, if you want to use that, I always use whatever I'm about to recycle to mix my paintings. So this is gesso. It looks white, but it's actually transparent gesso. I like to
Really?
freak out people a little bit when I put this white thing on it. They think that I'm about to destroy my painting, but when it dries out, it becomes transparent.
Oh.
So as soon as you put it here, and because it can't work with any pencil, it's got to be a watercolor pencil, and I recommend to check before using any pencil, because I've had pencils that I applied on the watercolor ones and they didn't dissolve. And that was a very unpleasant experience.
Mm-hmm.
That is one more reason why you should always sample things before applying them on the final result. But yeah, you see,
Wow, this is amazing.
Yeah, and then you can, that will dry because it is acrylics, so when it will dry, it will really dry. And you can apply other colors. For example, here I will definitely play with some blue for the contour shade. I will definitely add some yellow because the sun, there is the moonlight, and the moon will be yellow. It's out there for now. It's blue, but I changed my mind since I painted it. So because the source of light will be yellow, my shades will be yellow.
Mm-hmm.
So that is basically one of the techniques that I'm using in my acrylics paintings. But something similar is the process that I mentioned earlier, is glazing with oil. But that I find it easier because with paintings you don't always control what's going on, and with pencils you can just really control. But you need to make sure that your surface is smooth. And you can also try this technique on paper or on any other surface. Just make sure your gesso is clear.
Wow, that is so cool. I have never learned about this. And real quick, before we leave, what is one advice you could give to the audience?
Just be you.
Be you.
No matter what.
Be you.
No
Be
matter
you.
what. Don't let anyone ever put you on a different path. Please be you.
Yes, a lot of people think that they need to be something different, but you're perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you guys so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Oskar.
That was a great interview. I hope you guys had fun. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more interviews and episodes like this. If you want me to interview you, don't forget to comment and I'll definitely take a look at that. Have a great time, guys. Bye-bye.
And now my love for you is so strong.